So we will do very quickly so that we can save on lost time. Then after that, maybe we can have a question or two. But I think when I go through the very short statement, there may be no need of questions. I would request that we remain within the context of this press conference and not very necessary. I would not want to go to other subjects, just this one, if you will indulge me. Agreed? Good. Members of the Fourth Estate, the entire audience of the Fourth Estate, and Kenyans who I serve. This press statement is in response to an allegation made by Senator Karungo Wathangwa, Kiambu County Senator, which he made on Saturday, 13th of September, 2025, in Ruiru town, in respect of land reference number 11261/76. This statement he made during the tour by former Deputy President of that region and other places thereafter. I want to give the perspective that is held by the ministry in terms of the records so that I can clarify, because you are aware that in his press statement, he did accuse the Cabinet Secretary, Lands, Public Works, Housing and Urban Development, with other people or persons, of stealing the land in Ruiru. This is the true position. According to records held in the Ministry of Land Registry here at Nairobi Central Registry, land reference number 1126/76, measuring 205 hectares, that is 506.6 acres. May I repeat? The land is measuring 205.0 of a hectare. And in acreage, it is 506.6 hectares. And this land is more particularly shown on survey plan number 240775, which was registered in the name of Kangaita Coffee Estate Limited on 20th May 2002. This property is for a leasehold of a term of 940 years and 6 months, with effect or commencing 1st of February 1962, and attracting an annual rent of 51,250 shillings. This property became a subject matter in succession case, High Court case number 1239 of 2008. May I repeat that this land or property became the subject matter of a succession case number High Court 1239 of 2008 at Nairobi in the matter of the estate of James Kanyotu. On 7th of October 2009, the High Court in the said succession case issued orders restraining any dealings with the land pending the hearing of the succession dispute in the estate of James Kanyotu. The said court order was received by the Ministry of Lands, Public Works, Housing and Urban Development under presentation number 574 of July 2010 and was duly registered. In another civil case number 461 of 2012, the High Court, sitting in the Commercial Division, issued orders lifting or purporting to lift the orders issued in the Family Division, succession course number 1239 of 2009. This order was received again under presentation number 686 of 11th of February 2013. Along with other orders, there was, a transfer for this property to Trade Setters Limited was received, and the transfer again was received at a presentation number 687 and also registered. This transfer was to Trade Setters Investment Limited. On 21st of August 2014, Trade Setters Investment Limited transferred the land to Marriott Africa Limited under presentation number 2631 of 21st of August 2014. Later, on 29th March 2015, Marriott International Limited surrendered the title to the government in consideration of subdivision and extension of use. On 30th July 2025, this year, a decree dated 10th July 2025 in ELC case number 4 of 2021, which is formerly case number ELC 115 of 2019 Thika High Court, was also determined. The ELC court at Milimani issued orders. That's now the current case. Issued orders cancelling and revoking the transfer to Trade Setters Investment Limited, Marriott International Limited, and all the resultant subdivisions, thereby restoring the land to original ownership by Kagaita Coffee Estate Limited. And this decree was received by Nairobi Central Land Registry under presentation number 1283 of 30th July 2025. The ministry has complied with the orders of the court and cancelled and revoked the transactions as ordered, and details of those cancellations, including all the subdivisions, are contained in the decree that I have referred to, and judgment dated, signed, and delivered on 10th of July 2025. What is the current position? That cancellation by the decree of 10th of July 2025 restores the land back to Kagaita Coffee Estate Limited. I confirm the Central Registry has effected and implemented the court order, like we have done in all those other orders, some of them in favor, possibly, of the people now accusing me. The allegation, therefore, that the Cabinet Secretary and any other person by the Senator Kiambu is false, malicious, and intended to bring the Cabinet Secretary to disrepute. Further, it is obvious that the Senator for Kiambu County, Karungo Wathangwa, picked this issue to politicize the same, deliberately intending to mislead and incite the public against the government in a hopeless and cheap propaganda without any iota of evidence or any record to show to the public. The truth of the matter is that Karungo Wathangwa has never even consulted me or called me or made an inquiry through me or my officers in respect of this. The question is, what is his interest? Is it to malign the Cabinet Secretary, or what is he looking for and the government? I am aware that after that, the following day, they headed to other areas with maybe different propagandas, most of those propagandas being falsehood. So, in my file, this is the title we are referring to, and this title is number 112. Where is this number? Yeah, IR 88741, land reference number 11261 or stroke 76, and I said land survey plan number 240775. I was also aware, because ordinarily we also sometimes pick ground reports. I'm aware that the litigation has been for many years. And true, this litigation is known to me personally before I became a cabinet secretary, because at one time I represented the family of the late James Kanyoti. Do I regret that? No. I was properly and rightfully within my mandate as a lawyer acting on instructions. Is there any reason to maybe say I have conflict? No, because these entries are normally done under the guidance of the Chief Land Registrar seated next to me, and it is done at the registry. And I don't have to follow normally any single entry. As you are aware, countrywide, I have registrars seated, working, making entries, transactions for the public. Why would Karungo Watangwa go that direction? He may have a personal interest. Maybe that is a discussion for another day, because standing in the public to give false information and trying to incite the public will not work in this particular case. What is going to work, or what may work? My free advice: the people who bought are also before the court. If they can engage the court and persuade the court otherwise, I will record the judgments or the results of their litigation. I'm also aware, without going to the merits or demerits of the appeal, that they are making an attempt to appeal. Why would they not want to wait for the appeal? They are on the land. The people who bought, there is no church. He referred to church, Redeemed Church, and also, I think in Kiswahili you can call it Mkombozi. Mkombozi was a broker or an agent, according to the information I have, selling for and on behalf of the companies I have listed. So, this is the land. There may be people who bought, but I can assure you, anybody who bought land there, bought with knowledge and information. I think, as usual for some of us Kenyans, they were going for a quick bargain without interrogating whether there is a litigation, because these are not new litigations. So the solution for them: engage the court, and the court will give you justice. If the decision does not favor you, engage the owners of the land, because this land truly belongs to the estate of Kanyotu. It was fraudulently sold. There are many irregularities in the transfers, and that is what the judgment, which I'm holding here, which we have implemented. This is the judgment, ELC number 4 of 2021. So, every detail of how the land moved from the Kanyotu family to trendsetters, which, by the way, you might want to do your own search. Trendsetters, the companies, the CR12 shows that there are some directors there do your own homework, but the short of it all is that these companies belong to Kamdesh Patni. He's the one who was stealing fraudulently or trying to buy land without the consent of the entire family. The issues raised by the court, there was no consent, and the consent that was available before the court was found to be a forgery or fraudulent. No land of this size, which is an agricultural land, can change hands without a proper land control consent. That's what the court said. Number two, as the transfers were being effected, and maybe that is an oversight on the part of my ministry, is that there were other court orders that were existing, and therefore the court found that the orders were existing and they were improperly purported to be removed by another court. If you want to discharge, to raise, to lift any court order, you must visit that court through that court file that had issued the order. What did these people do? They ran away and avoided the main court file, which is the succession case, and went to secure some court orders that now have landed us into the situation where we are in.